ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the stage, he is grand, he is fantastic, he is so wonderful that the Wizard of Oz went to make the whole movie about him. He is the immaculate C.S.B.
Yes, thank you, great intro, thank you, yes, get the shirt, thank you guys so much. Hey, I love you too, thank you, yes. Hello everybody, it's once again I, the immaculate C.S.B., here to answer your questions that you have for me. Sorry about the break from last week. Me and my people were just working on new ways to improve the show and possibly take it in a new direction. But for today, let's get to your questions that you have for me. More news on the other stuff later. Our first question comes from Lucas S. from Tatoni. I've never heard of this place. Anyway, Lucas S. C.S.B. I am currently in the middle of Jedi training. Can you help me on ways to spot a Sith? Well, thank you for your question, first of all. And let me just say this. People think it's just the guys that walk around in the red lightsabers. No. Now, as much as I didn't care for the prequel trilogy, there was still some stuff to be learned. If you remember, when Anakin and Obi-Wan were about to fight at the end of Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan tells Anakin, only a Sith deals in absolutes. That in itself is an absolute. And if you go to The Empire Strikes Back, what does Yoda tell Luke? Do or do not. There is no try. Those sound like absolutes to me. Sounds like the Sith are right there in front of you, buddy. Not making any permanent claims. I'm just calling it like I see it. Be wary of those around you. Our next question comes from Zoe S. from Sydney, Australia. Thank you for your question, Zoe. Birth control seems to have become a big issue in this year's election. WTF. WTF indeed. To be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure why. I know that somebody like Ricky Santorum, he has his religious reasons for doing so, which I personally don't care about mixing the religion and politics anyways. You know, there's obviously less stuff that we have to worry. We don't have to worry about the economy or peace or any impending war or anything like that. Just good old-fashioned denying people the right of what to do with their bodies and whatnot. That kind of stuff. It just, and I understand the church is not wanting certain groups to fund this sort of thing, but I just wish that the higher ups would spend a little less time in between my sheets, if you smell what I'm cooking. But anyway, thank you for your question, Zoe. C.S.B. What are your thoughts on UFO Phil? Now, this comes from Renee from Paris, France, by the way. Thank you, Renee. Now, if you haven't heard about this is a guy who claims that he is, let me read all the details here. He is a self-appointed, let's say, intergalactic frontrunner in the presidency. He says he's going to win the election with no votes. And look, some of these politics aren't here. He plans to tear down the Statue of Liberty and not just be the president of the U.S. He wants to be the president of Earth. He wants to hold a live concert for the aliens on June 10th, 2012. So there's not just one thing going on in 2012. Watch out for June 10th, guys. The aliens will be here. UFO Phil is his name. Normally I wouldn't care about this sort of thing, but to be honest with you, he's just got about as good a shot as anybody else in this election. I personally wouldn't be completely opposed to it. I have to do a little more research, but I'm kind of sick of these career politicians in general. You know what? do a little research on him and see if you like UFO film. He looks a little bit like Rick Santorum with his head shaved, so be a little careful, but this could be interesting. This could be interesting. Let's shake this election up a bit. Alright. S. Carter from Brooklyn, New York. Oh, this is not the first time we've heard of him. Thank you for your question, S. What are your thoughts on Chris Brown and Rihanna reuniting for 2 songs? Thank you for that question. I don't know. Personally, it's not my business. Personally, it was made a public thing. I understand. I don't know. Maybe she likes the way it hurts or something. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna take her down. You know. And yeah, those are funny jokes when you think about song titles. But, you know, she got over it. He's trying to get over it. I just think they gotta realize that a lot of the fans aren't gonna take it this way. You know, the people that support you and that you sell your image to. Foreign concept, I know. But, you know. Maybe they should just shut up and drive away. I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? Alright. And our final question comes from El Pineda from Monterey, California. Thank you for your question. Iran says that the United Nations nuke inspectors will not visit their nuclear sites. Only talk with government officials there. What are your thoughts on this? So, the inspectors are not actually going to inspect. Well, I don't know. The oil prices have already gone up because of this whole Iran thing. I don't know about this whole UN thing in general, but I can tell something big's about to happen, and I think it's not too hard to see where this particular road is headed down. Looks like somebody's gonna have to call up SEAL Team 6-9 instead this time, just to have like a little sex appeal to it. You ready for the big one, buddy? Here I am. This summer, it gets real. Immaculate